We live, baby. Hey. Welcome to Toma Notas Podcast, where liquid courage brings honest truths. It's your boy Andrew, activado como siempre, ya tú sabes. And we are here with some special guests. Unfortunately, T ain't with us, but the homies are. What it do, baby?
What's up?
Hey.
Okay,
What
Chris.
up?
Right.
All right, yeah, we're going to give them some slow introduction just to get to know everybody real quick. Of course, you already know me, but go ahead, man.
What's up, guys? My name is Jose. I'm 30. I was born in Arizona. Weird. Because my family's military. And ironically, I'm in the military. So there's that.
Hey,
Thank you for your service.
Hey, man, thank you for your support. At least that's what they tell us to say.
But what is your
It's
branch?
like Chick-fil-A.
I am in the Navy.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force.
Chair Force. Good for
Air
him.
Force.
Wow. You got the good life.
Hey, it's a good life.
Right. Better than the life I live.
That's what's up. Go ahead, girl. Where you
Just
from?
boats and hoes.
My name is Kat. I am from
Bless.
Puerto Rico. I'm 29. I'm the baby from the group.
Oh, snap.
Woo-woo.
Baby.
Here
Baby.
representing. Straight from the island, baby.
Que bueno, Ida.
Right off the island.
Straight out the boat. Don't mind her accent.
Right.
Ka-ting, ting, 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 ting.
My name's Chris. I am Puerto Rican as well, as you can see. A bunch of
Ayo.
good-looking Puerto Ricans here. I was born in North Carolina, raised in New York,
The streets.
the streets, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
In an army brat as well.
Sick.
You
That's
know.
so sick. We're
Okay.
cousins, actually.
Yeah, these two here.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Knuckleheads.
Oh.
Oh, Dito, que cute.
Right?
Get nice. Running around in our underwear.
Bringing the fam together.
Hey, so how do we all meet? Real quick synopsis, man. Like it was all for me. It was all in the dance scene. I met all these
sure,
characters in the
Dancing,
dance
yeah.
scene, and they all became family, like more than friends to me now. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
It all started.
That definitely brought us
Start
together.
from the bottom.
Now we here, baby.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Yo,
Oh,
so how was last
Almost
night,
like-
y'all? How was last
Hey,
night?
man. I lost my voice at one point. This is thank you for the coffee that Christian made because I'm back, but it was lit.
It was a good time.
It was
It
really
was
It was a
great.
good time till the DJ was using my Spotify playlist.
That's right.
So follow my Spotify playlist if you like to have the experience we did.
Hey.
R&B 92,000s.
Sponsored by Lo Metoooooo.
They don't-
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, we might have some videos up later of these two doing some things out there.
Hey,
Doing the whole
hey.
show. Doing the whole music video more like it.
Right.
You
Yeah,
guys
we
ever
got,
seen
we gotta
Magic
keep
Mike?
that on the low. We gotta keep that on the
On
low.
the low. All right, y'all. So today, I want to bring up some questions. The main one we want to talk about today is how do you build relationships now compared to your past? Anyone want to take it? Start it off.
Take it away.
Build relationships compared to your past.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
now that you put it that way.
According to my calculations.
Right.
Well, I would
engineer.
say fake engineer. I would say back in the day, way back in the day, I would say everybody was my friend. Well, before that, I didn't really like interacting with people. So,
You've really branched out.
then
You?
No,
like that?
he was a
yeah,
hermit.
everybody thinks that like I'm from.
I thought you were like, because broken.
No,
I
bro, I
swore you threw
pretend.
like mad parties, so I thought you was like,
Yes,
out.
that was
did.
after.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
realized I couldn't make friends by being in a shell, so I had to pretend like I didn't have a shell.
That's a word
But
right there.
back
that's
in the
tough.
day,
Nasty.
I would say once I broke out of that shell, everybody was my friend. I was like, "You're my friend. You're my friend. Just met you. You're my friend." I would say now, simple terms, I kind of categorize it as acquaintance, friends, and family. That's how.
Levels to this
But
shit.
I take when I
sure.
call you family, I take that like
Yup.
to heart hard. So I can be friends with everybody, but not technically like it means the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely have more acquaintances than I do friends.
Okay.
Heard.
No, I hear that. Kat, what you got, girl?
I don't even know how to start with that.
She's like, I don't want to say anything because you
I don't
guys are
want
all
to say anything
acquaintances.
anymore.
In my past, in
He
my
took all my
future.
words.
In my past to the future.
No, I guess like, what was the question again?
It was como tú.
Right.
You gotta translate it for me.
Now, how do you build relationships now compared to your past? So when you were younger, like, did you do things differently, or did you look for relationships differently now?
I feel like I've always been a very extroverted person. I'm always like nice to everybody. I am very friendly and whatnot, but I don't consider everybody my friend. Like Kristen says, there's levels to the shit.
Okay.
Levels
sure.
to shit.
Levels to
Mother Teresa.
Hashtag levels to the shit.
But I feel like right now, I'm 29. Now for
Damn, I
me,
thought you were 22.
Dang, girl.
Okay, we can go with that.
Right.
You gotta take the 29 out of
Right,
it.
right.
It's like,
Cut that.
delete,
Snip,
delete,
snip,
shit,
snip.
rewind.
Puerto Ricans don't age.
No, they don't,
it's
bro.
the good genes, man.
It's that mofongo in our blood.
The cafecito.
Oh, man.
No, I would say that now I definitely more introverted actually. When it comes to certain things, like like you said earlier,
For sure.
there's like a social meter for me now,
Absolutely.
where I just don't want to be around certain people.
Right.
I'm like, you know what, you're just getting my vibe at this
Right.
point. I gotta go.
Absolutely.
I
So,
feel that.
That's
Zay?
where I stand.
Yeah, I mean, I think like everyone in this group, we're very extroverted to where we wear our hearts on our sleeves. And I think that's what I used to do back in the day, full-heartedly. Like, I would meet you, and then I wanted to like bring you in, and I wanted to give you everything and feel that love.
Bro,
And
you know
wanted
what?
to
I
see
felt that, man. Because when we first met each other,
Yeah.
man, like I met these two at the same time at what was it? 2015 at I think Unity.
Yikes! Yeah.
Yo,
Yep.
bro, Unity dance
Whoa.
festival. Yeah,
Probably.
bro. And we all linked up because we were all dressed to the
Yeah,
nine. Like,
right.
we all had blazers. You know, Bobby, you look, yo, them fuse fire. Yo, them blazers fire. Where'd you get it at? We just had like this fashion sense, and then that's how we all
Face
clicked up.
card never declined.
That's crazy.
Never declined. No, yeah. I mean, but see, like we were young, and like like I said earlier, like it was more of like I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to
be
feel
liked.
like I belonged somewhere. Now in my 30s, my circle is it's a lot smaller, and I think it's really based on like, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are, type of deal. You know, like,
Yeah.
what are our conversations like? You know, what are we talking about? Are we talking about goals? Are we talking about like, where are we going? We should all kind of be moving in some type of direction. So, you know, are we filling each other's cup the right way instead of just filling it with
Basura.
BS? Absolutely. Yeah.
At the end
And
of the day,
energy, you know, like people go through things and like they carry energy. And I think, you know, if you surround yourself with the wrong people, you'll put that on yourself too. So
That's
Yes,
true.
They just
Well,
drain
yo,
you.
what's that childhood book of the fish, the shiny fish?
whoa.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Memory
it
unlocked.
It has like it's on the
Rainbow
cover.
fish?
It's
Is it rainbow fish?
Rainbow fish, the one that like gives us different. He gives a different piece of his like
Scale?
His scale.
Yeah.
Wait, is that what the book was about?
Poppy, you know what? Oh my bad, too loud.
Wait.
Yo, shook it.
Hey,
Shook
I
it.
just thought he was just fucking swimming through life, being all shiny and shit.
Nah, bro. He started passing the scales to each different fish, and he lost all his scales, and
And then he was just nothing.
Shout out to Rainbow Fish.
You know what's funny?
Basura.
I was like, when you brought it up, I never really thought about it, but we always talk about keeping my circle's smaller now.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think they usually use a circle because it's, you know, everlasting. Chuck and Larry.
Poetic.
A circle everlasting.
Yeah.
A triangle has corners, that means it has ends.
Right.
But thinking about it, like, I was just thinking about the circle situation, and I kind of feel like instead of doing a circle, my like shape is like it's a triangle or it's something with corners.
Right.
Because now I'm not afraid to end things if you're not providing.
Whoa.
Like if we're not,
That's good.
everybody can have an ending.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Okay,
So
so-
ideally, I would want
Right.
a circle that never grace.
Right.
But sometimes if you allow that,
Right.
you end up getting stuck in the same
Right.
bad habits, and you surround yourself. You're leveling up, but you keep the old with you, so it always brings you down.
So like
you
people
should have
serve.
envies.
People are there for your life to serve a purpose, and once that's done, then it's time to go.
This man's talking about seasons.
Ooh.
Seasons.
I think at every we all evolve, and like as
Yeah.
we started off, we've all evolved, and there's checkpoints
For sure.
and I think
Yes.
ideally, yes, I want to bring everybody with me, but not everybody
Can make it.
Can make it.
Bam.
And-
Oh, that's that whole, hey, sit at the table, and now,
Yeah,
just,
so-
you go ahead and eat, but don't eat at my table.
Well, the
Right.
thing is, that's
Yeah.
how it was back in the day. My table was everybody's table.
Right,
Everybody could
yeah.
come to my table.
Yeah.
How it is now is, I want everybody to eat.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean you're eating at my table.
Facts.
I want to. I can be
Yeah.
happy for you from a distance, but I got my table. You got your table.
Right. I think there's also an art of learning how to be alone.
Oof.
Knowing what you bring
Yeah.
to the table and not being afraid to eat alone.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what happened with us at one point. I think we needed to separate, and really see, okay, who am I? Do I like this person? Who am I surrounded with?
Yeah.
Are those people giving what I'm putting out? And I think that's what 30s are all about. It's your 20s with money and knowledge.
20s, yeah.
Yes.
Or sometimes you're
Yes.
just 30 with still no money.
And that's why they're
Still
not
no
in the
knowledge.
circle.
Let's struggle.
If that's you better. You still
better
got.
level up,
You got
baby.
your 40s.
Right. If you ain't got no money.
All I know is the people I'm surrounded with. We just constantly challenge each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you need. Like, you need people to challenge you to
As it
grow
should
and
be.
not stay stagnant. So I mean, that's a good point, because in your 20s, I feel like, for me, to talk about the topic, is that like I always did what everybody else did, wanted to be liked by everybody. So I would think about, hey, how would they see me? Can I treat this person this way? Like, okay, I can't do this because then they're going to judge me. And now it's like, hey, I don't give a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, look, I am who I am. You're gonna like me for who I am, and if you don't, then it's okay. Go on that side, I'll go on this side. It's all
Yeah,
good.
everybody have their own path.
And
No.
seeing the signs from afar. Like
Yeah.
recognizing, I love you, but I got to keep you over
You
there.
can
At a
stay over there.
distance,
You
yeah.
stay
I'll never stop loving you,
because
because I mean that's how we were raised, especially being from a Latino family. Like we're so used to like bringing everyone
Welcoming.
in.
Yeah.
Bro, and the thing is that just damages everybody.
It's
Bro.
a
It damages
double-edged sword.
family, because
Yeah.
you're putting so much of yourself into so many different people instead of worrying about what you need to grow.
Right.
So I mean, that's where the cup comes in, and then when you get overflowed, shit, you're stuck.
But that's where, like, I would say you guys are. I don't think people have the same system that I can say we have.
Facts.
And I had talked to Andrew about this, like, kind of off, but I think like nobody really talks about their stuff. In our generation, we don't actually talk our stuff. We post like what we want people to see, but do we really talk it? I know for a fact I go to these people for everything. The most uncomfortable conversation, I'll pick up the phone and I'm like, we gotta talk. That's not something that I always had. And I think in general, that's part of that whole, like, people don't categorize.
You know what's
what
funny,
they're
bro?
looking
Like,
for.
just to bring that in, like Chris Don, I think it was like, what was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago?
I don't know
I
when
think
we're
like you finally broke out of that with me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I don't know.
And we're not gonna bring up specifics of what the conversation was about, but I felt like after that day, man, like you let go of so much.
Yeah,
like,
I think though we both had our moment.
Oh,
where,
facts.
Where we, like, as equally as you were there for me during that moment, we had moments together where it was exactly that.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you kind of do that, it's like you don't even care what people think, because at the end of the day, if somebody looks at me a certain way, I don't need to justify how I am anymore.
Exactly.
I know at the end of the day, they know that I got them. Something goes down, I'm like, I ask no questions.
Fight or flight.
I never ask questions.
You
They're
want
like,
these
I need
hands?
this.
Yeah.
Done.
Pause, baby.
The gross sisters.
And-
Bro, like, hold on, side note. This is one time I went downtown with Kristan, man.
Yeah.
No, side
No,
story.
do tell.
No, side story. There was one time I was downtown. I don't know what it was, man. I was on a hype level. I was already lit. Don't mind me. I don't get this lit all the time. Just saying. But like Kristan was over here, like, you know, Kristan's extrovert. He was like, talking to everybody. And there was just one guy giving him problems at the taco stand. What is it, taco? Where was it at?
It was Tin and Taco.
Tin and Taco. And I'm over here sitting down, watching the whole thing.
Right.
You know me, Papa, I'm 6'2". I'm over here, like, you know, I was out here working. Now we're looking swole, Poppy. I was like, does Kristan know what's going on? Because Kristan was at that point where he's like, I don't give a fuck, nobody thinks about me. He's over here like, hey, da. And this guy was over here talking to Kristan. So then me, I'm like, come up real quick.
Yeah.
Got deep voice, you know. It's like, hey, you good, bro?
Yeah.
He comes up and he's like, yo, you good?
You
good?
Why is
And
that
what
what
was-
we say?
but what was
We all
funny-
get to say, you good?
You good, fam?
You good, fam?
But what was funny was the backstory to that part was this guy was standing in line drunk, trash. He was like he was about to fall on the floor, and I didn't want him to get kicked out. So I had to I was talking to him. I had to buy him tacos because if not, they were going to kick him out.
Right.
So to Drew, it looked like he was just kind of like coming up on me. But in reality, he was just fucking he was fighting for his life, and he was about to get the hands of his life.
Bro,
And
can you imagine mid-taco and he just...
He's like, I got 2 tacos.
Yeah,
right here.
Man, you know what it is though too, bro? It's because since I was in high school, like even middle school, bro, I was like, I guess you could say like the king of Latinos or whatever like that in my area. So then I always felt like I always had to be like the protector. Because I was always the biggest, I was always the tallest guy, and then everyone always would be like, oh, what are y'all doing? Where y'all at?
Yeah.
So then I felt like that just carried on to me as I grew to where like no matter, I don't look, anyone can talk trash to me, can do whatever to me, whatever, it doesn't bother me. But as soon as someone messes with one of my friends, then that's when.
Damn, where were you in my high school? Because I got my ass beat every single day. Every day I got my ass beat.
Bobby, but look where you are now.
Bro,
man.
Yo,
every day.
No, but see, I relate to that. Like with me, I mean, I'm pretty good if I'm not deep in alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. If I'm not deep, you know, you can talk shit to me, but like, don't mess with what's mine. And like, I take family and friendship extremely seriously to where it's really like disappointed me in the past because I do this thing where I put people on pedestals because I love you so much, you know? And with that, like, it's gotten me into a lot of heartache and problems. But here, like, even with Christian's really good at...
Who's Christian?
Cristian, perdona. He's good at...
We're all Christian.
Right. Amen. Listen, no, he's good at...
God.
Shut up. Y'all kill me, bro. This is how it is all the time, by the way.
Bro, I got your back, man. I got your back.
Yo, you good?
You good? All right, y'all. So, continuing on. So now that we are in the 30s, like, what do you look for in a partner?
Oof.
You know, I know, again, when I was younger, boy, it was all about the looks. It was all about, like, hey, what's going on? Now?
Boy, is that a lesson.
Yeah.
No,
now it's just
Rarely.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah.
It's kind of low.
Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's kind of low.
The love below.
I got you. I'll fix it. Yeah, but what do you look for in a partner in your 30s now, Zay?
Cat. She hasn't
Cat,
said
dale.
anything.
Cat, dale.
She
You know
just
when you
saying
started
it.
off.
Dale, mami, tíralo.
She just chilling out here,
Yeah,
modeling
yeah. That
with
way
her
she can-
six-pack
that way she-
abs.
that way
She
she
doesn't
can-
have to do anything.
Yo, that way she can be like, oh, he
She's
said
like,
my words.
they took my words.
He said everything I wanted to say.
Say, you guys talk all that shit.
Right.
All that shit. No, I would say respect, among other things. You guys can literally come up with a song for anything. For anything
Second
you
thing,
say.
Respect. That's
Yes.
huge.
Respect.
But respect out of fear or respect out of love? Because that, you know, fear can be correlated with respect.
No, I would say out of love. It's just like, and I'm not just talking about like in a significant other, like within family, within acquaintances
Right,
and friends.
Put
Like,
some
I feel
respect
like
on her name.
that is
Yeah.
somebody that's respectful can go a long way. So that's one of the characteristics I actually look in a person.
Right.
It's not something I expect from them because not everybody can do that.
Right.
But if I see that, then I'm like, okay, all right.
That's
You see it.
That's deep.
If you know.
If you know, you know.
know, baby.
You know. That's it.
If you know,
Bow,
you
bow,
know.
bow.
Pow, 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 pow.
Pew, pew.
What about you, Christian?
No,
I don't know why
next.
pause.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
Well, does he change? He's like, who's Chris?
Christian?
No. You said Christian. It's
And we're
Christian.
family. Can you believe that?
Hey.
Christian,
No,
no,
you
You
really.
need to get your
Hey,
shit together.
sometimes in life is your own people.
Okay, so back it.
Back it up. Back
should
it
be-
up. Back it
It'd
up.
be your own
It
people
be your own
too.
people, Papas.
Damn.
Trifling.
Yeah.
Back then, wow. I agree. It was all about.
No, there's no back then. What do you look for in a partner in your 30s?
Wait, but he asked. He's like back then till
No,
now.
Back then till now.
Oh.
Yeah, back then till now. Yeah,
You see, you see. This is bullying. On camera.
2023.
Yeah.
You can take it. You can take it.
Podcast bullying. Coming
Right.
soon.
No, back then it was all about like image. You know, it was all. I mean, I was struggling with my sexuality. Shout outs to the bike community. Hello.
Bicycle?
No, and I,
And we're back.
Yo, he's never gonna finish his sentence.
do you see that I can never just get anything out?
That's what she said.
Yo.
I hate you. I hate you so much. So yeah, it was all about like image. It was all about what looked good and what was acceptable for others.
Right, like what if the person you're with made
Right,
you look
yeah.
good too, then you're like, oh yeah, we out.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. But
yeah.
now it's there's a saying, you know, everybody can have a wife or a husband, but you know, not everybody can have a partner. Having a partner,
I've never heard
that's
that one
like-
before.
Yeah,
I have
you
never
can, you
heard
can
that.
get married.
Yeah.
You can get married all day long, but is that your partner?
Oh, he said, oh, I can marry her for the papers, but it ain't real.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I can marry you for this money, but I mean, what communication, what connection do we have? And so I think that's important, especially life is rough enough for you to do it alone, and especially making that decision to actively be in a relationship and accept somebody for who they are and they accept you. So yeah, that's what I look for.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean with me, I can say that what I look for now in my 30s is just someone I can be my genuine self with.
Like that.
Yeah, like what happens a lot nowadays is that I just lose. I tend to lose myself in the individual, and then when I'm out by myself or when we do things to like with a group, it's not the same. I'm not the same person, and it might be my own issue that I've learned to grow from.
Why do you think you do that though?
I think so. I think I start. You know what? Killer word today is assumptions. Assuming. All right, that's the biggest thing.
Assume?
Yeah, no. The thing is, I
Asking all the
assume.
questions.
I assume
Asking
the
all
other
the
person wants this. I assume the other person needs this. I communicate.
Right,
But
right.
then in my head, I still feel like I'm not giving enough. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
But what happens?
People pleaser, that's why.
Yeah, you are.
I started learning that for myself is that like now I'm in my single phase, you know, and I'm understanding that I just need someone who enjoys the same things I do.
Ladies, he's
If
single.
you're looking,
Oh Lord, have mercy.
his stats.
Watch out now.
He's above.
Don't
His stats are he's above 5'8", above average.
Nice build.
He has a nice career.
Straight from the island.
Straight from the island.
Oh golly, okay, we out.
Baby's curly hair,
He likes long walks on the beach. and
light
pina
skin,
coladas.
light skin.
Old fashions. Nah, but realistically,
No,
y'all,
yeah.
I just want to, like, you know, when there's that individual that I can just be myself around, that I can bring into my family. Because y'all are my family, and I know you're supposed to choose, like, you know, you're supposed to have that other person into that pedestal.
Right, right.
Me, what happens in relationships, or that I did in the past, in my younger days, was that I treated my relationships as a girlfriend as a wife already.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And that's something
Damn,
that
you wifey before you wife.
No, and that's what happens, man. What happens is I had
It's
to.
true, it's true.
I had to start this.
So you saw potential without credentials.
Ooh, ooh.
Quote of the day.
Shout out to Ariana Grande. my girl.
But that's
true.
That's really what happened. What happens with me is I have attachment issues. Like, I get too attached.
Yeah.
And then from there, I start treating them as if they're not just a girlfriend. They're someone even higher than that. When they haven't, girl, you don't got a ring yet.
Yeah.
But I started learning.
Whose fault is that?
That's my fault.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is that I'll start doing so many things in the beginning off rip. Mm-hmm. And then, like, next thing you know, I'm doing way too much, and now it's
getting drained.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're filling that cup.
Your cup is empty.
Yeah. So then that's what I've realized. I've come to learn that, like, my recent, like, my recent relationship was a good one as well, and I started to grasp and gravitate and evolve from that. And like I said every time, I never trash anybody else's whip because it's ways that we grow.
Yeah,
and,
of course, they always add something to you.
But I think that we're all kind of guilty of that. I know how good you can be, but what you're actually bringing to the table isn't what's like feeding me.
Yeah,
and
expectations.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of I started realizing the funniest thing is I've not necessarily in a partner, but I fall for who I think they are.
The honeymoon phase.
Not the honeymoon. It's when I look at somebody and I connect.
Right.
I see like if we're connecting, it's because like I'm like, man, you can do so much.
For sure.
Like you're such an amazing person. You're so smart, and I put that in my head. And I'm like, you're amazing. You're amazing. You got this.
I see that.
And usually, like most of the time, because we like helping people, we tend to put that into people that are like, let's say, somebody that's like having they're bad with relationships.
Right.
I'm like, but you're such an amazing person.
Yeah.
But you don't communicate.
Right.
And then what ends up happening is
Yeah.
you end up like myself, I'll end up putting myself in that situation. Somebody that's like really bad at communicating. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I could see like once we get past you being bad at communicating, like it's going to get so much better. So I'm like going off of the potential of who I think you could be versus I'm now starting to just go off of like, what are you giving me?
Right.
Like, who are you today?
That's a good one of it. The thing is, like, what does that other person give to you?
Right.
What does the other person bring to you? That's how I look at it now.
For sure.
If the person I'm with is not giving me more in my life than
they can add value to your life
right.
as well.
Yeah.
Because it's already high pedestal right now.
For sure.
Because y'all bring so much to my life. So like the next person
too.
that comes into it has to be like.
But I think also like limiting those expectations.
Yeah.
I think we put our expectations so high because we hold ourselves to such a high expectation or standard, if you will.
I think,
and it's unfair.
Yeah.
For whoever walks into your life, because you shouldn't be expecting so much.
You should just live it.
You should be present.
Yeah.
But I can't love me enough for the both of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Going to like the partner situation, I kind of see it like if I was to level things on the same topic, I'd put you guys, there's a couple more people that I would put on the same level. Max level of being like something. Like that, like the love that I have for you guys is nobody's up there. A partner to me is that one person that goes right above it. The reason I do that is because that's the person I can build that's who I want to build a life with.
Right.
That's where like we start branching, creating our own thing. But I would say I'm pretty good at keeping my connections always. Right. So I'm not really afraid of once I find that person, I'm going to disconnect because I'm pretty good at staying connected. The reason I do that is the person at the top to me is I could go to them for everything.
Right.
I'm not worrying about trust issues. I'm not worrying about respect. I'm not worrying about any of that because I started realizing you have to understand your value, your true value. And you have to realize if somebody breaks my trust, it's not my loss. It's not my loss. It's their loss. I also I've been single for a very long time. I mean, I only dated one person, but
where'd you get all this knowledge?
Ladies.
I would say
he's single.
He's single.
He has a great career.
Great heart.
I would say the key thing that I finally like actually learned was I have people I'm surrounded by. Like when I run into somebody, I don't have an expectation for them because everything that I want, I have. Mm-hmm. Everything I have. I'm surrounded by people that most people don't have. Absolutely. I'm surrounded by people that are so intelligent, so amazing human beings that, like, my partner is gonna be part of that.
Right.
They're gonna be part of that. I have my career. Plus money to me is not really a thing.
That's a support
system. Ladies.
Like, to me, the partner is just like, we just mix.
Yeah.
And
it makes life easier.
It allows us to reach. It's a person that allows you to reach a place that we will not be able to reach.
Right.
Sadly,
it's
the saddest part. I mean, you guys bring out the better, but there's just a level that when you build something with somebody,
right,
that you can't do that.
I feel that.
Yeah, I 100% feel that.
Kat, anything?
It's like having a best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that's my best friend.
You do fall in love with your best friend.
You know what it is, though? I think that what's the topic that they say? It's that when you have your own happiness, you should be your own happiness. That's the thing. You should be your own happiness.
Yes.
And the person that comes into your life should be an extension to that happiness.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And when you find that, then it's good. But it shouldn't change who you are.
But see, I think that's a hard lesson that I think we all have to go through. It's like being alone again.
I feel that because we're in our 30s now, minus Kat.
22, baby.
Right.
22.
Eager to get there, though.
Even with you, I feel like we've all gone through breakups to understand. We've all gone through breakups. We've all gone through alone time, and we all understand that now.
Yes.
We've all understood how to become happy by ourselves.
Yes.
And now we look forward to someone who extend.
It is so draining when you expect somebody else to make you happy.
Absolutely.
It is so draining for you and the other person.
Yeah.
So what is a habit that you did before that you don't do now in your 30s when it comes to relationships?
A habit that I don't do.
Yeah.
Give too much.
Ooh, okay.
Give too much. What I mean by that is, like I said, I always treated my girlfriends as if they were my wife. And,
right.
And that changed. I mean, I've only been with 4 girls, relationship-wise. And these
single,
my recent two that I was with in my
low
30s,
mileage.
It was ones that I actually grew from, and understood that I can't treat them as my wife in the beginning, and that's something that I learned, that I was always giving too much, and now I'm giving them enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
To still to not have a plateau, but to not have the bar so high,
right?
But to end up getting there.
I feel like that happens a lot in relationships, especially nowadays. Like, for example, me, I always wanted to give that wifey material type of thing. But
what he do to you? He's
right.
He's slaying that thing. He gave us breakfast.
Yeah.
But it's like, off the rip, you want to. That's just that kind of person I am because of how I was raised.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
and that's from being Latino.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That comes with the baggage.
Yeah.
So. For me, I thought that would have been a good thing, but then they get used to that, and then they do the bare minimum, and that's not okay either. But at the end of the day, it's part my fault because I was giving that from the beginning,
And that should be like a special thing, like, hey,
it should be.
Hey, papito, I got you. Not every day, like, hey, here's breakfast in bed.
Right.
I think that seems special.
I think honestly. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get real.
Here we are. We're in this podcast.
Hello. Platform around to go to.
We're in this podcast. I think I can agree that we're all pretty good-looking people.
Pretty good.
Correct?
I am single.
Here we are.
Hey, single.
We are here.
Mingle,
I think, in general, looking for a partner, I think we have the partners right in front of us, and we choose not go for them. Like a lot of us are like, we want that best friend, blah blah blah. I want a best friend. Then you have that best friend, and you're like, nah, but you're like my best friend,
I can't
so
cross that line.
I can't. And then what happens is, if you already have this feeling that they're your best friend, isn't that what you want?
Well, yeah, but you don't want to tarnish that.
Yeah, but then if
what
you
if it
think
could be better?
But not
What
that,
if it could be better?
not even that. But let's say, okay, you don't want to tarnish it, so you put it to the side.
Right.
Then you get with somebody. What always happens every single time?
Can't talk to your
That best
no more.
friend, you can't talk.
Oh, I don't want
So-
you to call her.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm your
so,
best friend.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think like we always talk about that we want that best friend. I
Right.
think we have a couple. I think there's like a common thing. I will just be straight. I'd be like, for me, this was my first good year in so
amazing
long.
This has been such a good
So
year.
long.
It's been such a good year,
So long.
especially from a boy over here, Kristan.
Yeah,
So
man, shout out
I
to
would say
Shout out to Kristan,
That's
baby.
awesome.
I would say
Round of applause. Let me see that. Hey.
I would say watching my people level up this year,
Right.
being able to kind of like sit in. I think what
Yeah.
I've learned is having that 1 year,
Right.
at least, where it's just about you. You
Right.
create connections. You create the connections. You let it ride,
Yep.
and then you kind of like at some point. I'm very optimistic in the
Right.
sense of I already know like I want a family. I want to build a
Fact.
life. Everything I do, I don't care about any of this stuff. I work to provide to
Right.
like
Yeah.
if I don't have a partner, then I'm giving what I do to my family, to
Right.
to you guys.
Single.
So
Ready.
to find somebody
mingle.
and have a purpose,
To mingle.
like, I mean, we're hitting our 30s. You know, Kat's got like 10 more years before she hits her
Right,
30s.
right.
I don't know about y'all, but I want to spend the most time with my best friend
Yeah.
Yes.
as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So what I realize is I always joke about me being single and like, oh, I can't find anybody, but I already know like I'm the reason why I don't
Whoa.
have my partner.
Hello, therapy.
It's me.
It's me.
You're the
I'm the
problem.
problem. It's me.
You know,
Yeah.
I find that I chase the things I know
For
I
sure.
can't get,
Ooh.
and that's where that comes
Guilty.
in. That's where I was saying the first topic is I go after. I'm chasing something I'm chasing who I know they could be
Right, right.
because it's a constant chase, but they're never gonna really be that.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you something. I'm done looking. What? I don't ever look.
Well, see,
it just comes natural.
No, I agree.
It should.
That's
It
that's
should.
that's where I'm
It
at.
I don't
should.
ever
Yeah,
look.
I'm
What I
not
used
looking,
to do,
but
I used to build upon a kiss. Like I used to,
like
you know,
a
I would
Cinderella?
just-
Like
yeah,
a
a kiss
Snow
to build
White?
a dream on, Michael Bublé. Or no, Michael Bolton.
I'm about to say
Anywho,
Bublé.
it's a song.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Michael B.
No,
Hey.
no, but like,
Boom, boom.
literally, just like meeting somebody and just kind of going so far out instead of like paying attention to the signs that are in front of you. Because I mean, people show you who they are in the first 5 minutes of meeting you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
And even with my like exes, for example, I was the type that I would cut from the root.
All my exes live in Texas.
Some of them do, unfortunately. Shout out to lessons learned. No, but I mean, it's more of like accepting. Hey, it just didn't work
Hungry.
out. It's fine.
Speaking of relationships, my relationship with food.
That's the best
All
relationship.
right, y'all. So to end, we gotta go. But to end
Right.
the podcast and everything, to end the episode, give me 3 things you look for someone. Look
Look
a
for
partner.
someone. Look
My
for
bad.
what's 3 people you look for in finding.
No. What? Okay, so let
people.
me bring it back. Rewind.
Rephrase.
Hold up.
I think.
What are the
yeah.
3 things you look for in someone you want to be with?
Individuality,
Uh-huh.
stability,
Uh-huh.
compassion.
Okay. Okay.
Respect. Somebody I can be myself with and be a best friend.
Okay.
Credit score. We're in our 30s, bro. We gotta figure this out. I'm just kidding. Some of you guys are like, "What's a credit
Let
score?"
me see your credit karma, girl. Pass me your
If you don't know
phone.
what credit score is, it's not gonna work out.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be on this podcast. You don't know what credit score is.
Sushi.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like
3 things, Kristan.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Like you guys
Hold
said
up.
most of it. A best friend, honestly.
Okay.
It's
A best friend.
A best
okay.
friend.
That's it. I don't have the
I feel like
most
you have a best friend,
expectation.
bro. Then best friend should already include trust and loyalty.
It does.
includes all of that.
Loyalty.
I didn't have to ask you guys if you're trustworthy. It just happened.
That's true.
So it's simple.
I think also being a family man or woman, like being able to give importance to your family, because we're not getting any younger. We're at our prime though.
Hey, I'm getting younger.
Estoy mi peak.
Yeah, estoy mi peak. You know,
I'm getting better.
Like
a wine.
Some people out there, they just don't family. I can't stand y'all. I don't even know why.
What about you?
Me, man, honestly, like you all said, best friend for sure. Let me see, a best friend, of course.
He needs somebody that can sing because he likes
man,
duets.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if you can sing with me, that's a wrap.
Karaoke.
And just call me Poppy sometimes, you know.
I was about to say that.
Speak Spanish to me, girl. We
Like,
out
you
here.
say Poppy
Ladies,
and
yo,
that's
Speak
it.
Spanish to me, and like you're already above. You're already above.
That's
Okay,
it.
but that's superficial.
Okay, let me bring
Like,
back.
Let's get to the
Okay,
deep.
a best friend. All right.
What does that mean to you?
Golly, someone who's trustworthy.
There you go.
Someone who's loyal.
Yeah.
Someone who is
Loyalty.
someone who I can go to during the. Someone who understands me when I'm having a hard day. I can come back home and they already know that he's had a hard day. Let me do something for him.
Right.
Yeah, someone who's okay. Communication.
Hey, ladies,
Communication.
Yes.
Communication,
Ladies,
but just
single.
not communication. Comprehension.
Ooh.
That's it.
Run that back.
Comprehension.
Yeah, bro. Because if
Run that back.
I can communicate all day, but if you don't understand what I'm saying, or we can't understand.
Do you
each
understand the
Are you-
words that come
Or
out of
you're
my
not
mouth?
willing to
Right.
other, or you're not
understand.
willing to understand. So
You're
I
hearing me, but are you listening?
Yes. So I want someone who
Ooh.
is
A word.
a best friend, someone who is able to have a good communication with me, and understand who I am as a person.
I think
And-
also, go ahead.
No, I think that's it, bro. Really.
I think adaptability.
Adaptability, yes.
I also want somebody that, like, this is going to sound so bad, but, like,
5 in the morning.
yeah, you know, I think.
I want to do, baby. He said, "Hey, I wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5."
No, like,
Whatever time.
I think sexual chemistry is so important.
It is.
I think it
because
is.
As
It is.
men
think.
and women, I think that's when we're our most vulnerable. You know,
I think I agree.
It doesn't have to be
a
every
lot
day.
That's gonna be a topic for next
It'd
episode.
be a plus.
Yeah, I definitely
But-
agree
Yeah,
because
we agree about
it's
that.
like for me, it's not a comfortable area for me,
Mm.
but I come to realize it's so important.
Absolutely.
In a relationship. Like you can go out, you can
Right.
spend time with people, but like it's just something. If you can't connect there, it also
Hey, girl,
causes
you know,
break.
you outside in the streets, you come back home to me. We out here, baby. You know what I'm
Period.
saying?
He's a liar.
Yeah.
He's a liar.
You see the zebras? He's
what
wild.
what I'm saying is, yo, my girl can go out and live her best life.
Right.
As long as I know she's coming back home to me.
Yeah.
Live your life,
I
girl.
agree.
I know you mine.
Being
I trust you. I
individuals
trust
at the
you.
end of the day. You
Live
know,
it up. I'll join you if you want me to, but if not, go have your girls'
Do
night.
your thing.
Hey, yo. And with that, we're gonna finish off. Let Kristan do a little thing.
Oh, see, this one sounds way better.
Oh, it does.
It does.
You know what it is? Man, I gotta mess with the games. But okay, let me get out of here before he starts feeling himself.
So I think
Hello.
just like one last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
A challenge for those that ended up making it this far. I think
Whoa.
based off the topic, here is in general 2 questions. How do you build relationships now compared to your past? What do you look for in a partner
Now that we are in our 30s.
now that we're in our 30s, but now that you are at the age that you were? So let's give it like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
A challenge is you sit and like take a moment and think about that, like, and kind of really let it kind of like marinate and see
Right.
how much you've grown from where you were
Yeah, and you'll surprise
to
yourself.
how you are. And then I challenge you to sit and talk with somebody like we do, at least one
So
person.
good for your mental health, yo.
Where
Yes.
you just
Free
Yes.
therapy.
literally
Absolutely.
with no walls.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody, and they're talking about bringing down their walls, and I was like, instead, why don't we change these walls to checkpoints?
Ooh.
Checkpoints are like you get to choose to let them pass or not. A wall you have to knock down. Walls you have to, like, after knocking down so many walls, you get so tired.
Yeah.
And eventually you give up and put up your wall. So do a checkpoint.
Checkpoints.
Sit with somebody and like think about these same questions and like open up and go as far as you can with somebody.
Give yourself that grace.
Even a group would be better.
Sick.
Facts, like how we're doing.
Yeah.
But y'all, thank you for joining Toma Notas Podcast. It's me and the crew.
Hey.
We out, baby.
LO
Respectfully.
Respectfully.